right, let's talk about Union-9 for Object 279. This is actually a pretty short mission, but it can be a little tricky. Luckily, I was able to get this done in one shot. We need to kill 3 enemies, 2 battles in a row, and that's the entire mission. And if we want to complete the secondary, which I was able to do here, we need to get 4 kills in those 2 missions. Okay, so if you don't get 4 kills in the first one, you can either reset or just complete the primary. It's really up to you. In fact, I didn't even think of the secondary when I was doing this, and you'll see that in the replays. So the tank that I chose to use for this is the Tier 9 Russian medium tank, the T-54. And I picked this largely because of the Tier 9 matchmaking. So my thought process was that if I picked a Tier 10 tank, there's a chance I'm going to get all Tier 10s. And there isn't a lot of difference if you get into a Tier 10 match with a Tier 10 that has 8s and a Tier 10 match with your Tier 9 tank that has 8s. There's not a lot of difference. But you also have the chance of getting Tier 7 tanks as well. And if you get Tier 7s in this tank, you're just going to steamroll everybody. The only downside to this really is the lower alpha. Your teammates are going to probably have 390 plus alpha, and you just don't have that. So just keep that in mind. Equipment, I went with rammers, vents, and a vertical stabilizer. I figured I was going to be on the move a lot with this, and so the vertical stabilizer was going to be useful. And then pretty standard consumables with 2 repair kits and 1 first aid. I don't think you need to worry about whatever your configuration is for your tank. I think it's fine because nothing other than the gun rammer is going to be super critical for this particular mission and getting it done. Now, if you don't have the T-54, there are good alternatives. I think you can get this done in almost any tank, but I think the T-54 lightweight, which is the Tier 9 Scout, can get this done. It's got great mobility. It can circle tanks. I think it's a great choice for this. The other one is the Object 268-4. You can just charge into whatever lines you want with your big gun and your crazy armor and steal a bunch of kills. It's probably the easiest way to get this done if you happen to have that tank over the T-54. So let's look at the 2 replays here. Again, it only took 1 attempt for me to do this, so I just did the 2 battles and was done. Took the hill on Tundra, paid for it with a lot of HP, but once you're up here on this map, it's pretty easy to get sniping kills. I mean, you saw me, I just lobbed a shot into that LTTB under the bridge. You got a lot of visibility once you get up here because the map is so small, and people are going to be lighting from the other side of the map. So I'm going to try to pick on this SU here. I try to track him, and it's lucky that I did, because if I hadn't have tracked him, he likely would have went out of my view range with that first shot, but I was able to get the second shot. Now this is where I actually didn't take into account the secondary when I was doing this mission. You could see it here where I charged down this hill to get my 3rd kill. I actually didn't even know what the secondary was because all I cared about was the 3 kills. And I shoot this guy, don't kill him, but then I use my Mad Max wheel spikes to slide up against him and kill him for however reason that works. And then this T-69 comes up behind me. This is where the armor of this tank is pretty awesome. You just angle it right, your turret's solid, you're going to be okay. Now, I don't know if his clip is unloaded here, so I'm being a little cautious. Again, I'm not even thinking about the secondary. I'm just playing to play here, and was able to sneak around the corner and get this kill to complete the secondary. For the second match, I got Sand River, and I'm pushing up the right side of the map here with this IS-3A, and he gets 2 shots into that T-44, puts him in kill range for me, and his turret just doesn't rotate fast enough to get that kill. So I was able to sneak that kill in to start this battle off perfectly. If you can sneak a kill in early, I think it really helps get the secondary done. But it just so happens that there's 3 other tanks up here with the T-44 before he suicided. And you don't see the third tank yet, which is a defender. But I figure I'm just going to whittle down this tank. And this is why I like doing this in Tier 9, because here I am facing a Tier 8 tank. Whether I'm a Tier 9 or Tier 10, largely the offensive capability is the same between those two tiers. So I'm just going to do my best to put a bunch of damage in. Then I realize that defender's over there. And so I'm watching the IS-3A and sort of backing off and just keep looking in that direction. Not because I'm worried that the IS-3A is going to die or, I have to retreat or something like that. Frankly, I just want him to start to unload his clip into something so I can go over there and take the kill. But when this Patriot pokes up with his side to me like that, I just decide I'm just going to permatrack this guy and kill him regardless of what's happening on the other side, and make that my second kill. Again, I'm not even thinking about the secondary at this point. I'm only thinking about getting the primary done. So I flubbed this shot right here. I should have aimed instead of auto-locking on him, but correct that real quick. And I turn around and I notice that the defender is at 7 HP. And so I queue up at HE. I didn't reload with HE, but I queued it up. I missed this shot because I hit a little bit of terrain and my tank shut up. But get the third kill right there. And I really think I'm done because, again, I didn't even know what the secondary condition was. But I still have HE loaded and put a massive shot into the side of this light tank here. Probably would have killed him anyways, but Artie came in with a shot and assist, and that was it. That's 4 kills, 2 matches in a row. Union-9 for the Object 279E. So this may take you a couple of attempts, but it actually is a pretty easy mission to get done, particularly if you have a Tier 9 medium tank. I think to begin the match, you need to stick with your DPM because you don't want to be the only guy whittling down the HP of a tank, and you just need to time your shots with those other tanks, right? I mean, let's be honest. We're just trying to steal kills here, quite frankly. So don't trade your HP early for kills. You want to get that, particularly that first kill. You want to get without giving away any HP if possible. Because you want to save that HP if you have to charge a tank towards the end of the battle to get that third kill. And don't worry about damage at all. I mean, you're here for kills. You're not here for damage or stats or anything like that. So don't worry about doing damage. You may want to time your shots and your damage to make sure that, say, for example, if you fire and then the tank next to you is going to fire, you think about your alpha and their alpha and the timing of your shot relative to their shot, just so that you can get a second shot in at the right HP and kill them, as opposed to you doing 2 shots and then your teammate does a shot and gets the kill. So don't worry about the damage at all unless you're trying to time the damage with your teammates. And then the other thing is, if you see a tank and really you need him to stay in front of you to get a couple shots in, make sure you're focusing those track shots to keep tanks in your reticle. That's going to make this so much easier to do. So because this is only 2 matches in a row, I think this one is relatively easy to get done. You may need a few attempts to do it because you're not going to get 3 kills every match. But if you focus on the kills, I think it's a little easier to do. So good luck with this one, guys, and I will see you on the next one.